Playful game. Entering team select screen. The Minnesota Vikings, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and this one features Eric Kendricks, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Vikings and the Bears, coming up next.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Bears in this one, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff now.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers a week ago for Cook. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Cousins. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First down. Here's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Cousins now from the 50. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Entering play call, middle slant. AHD mid-draw. Middle slant.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Category, play type. Option, run, pass, quick pass, Y stick, double slant, Y stick.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Entering play call, Y stick. Play special, RPO. RPO red bubble. RPO red bubble.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Circle button. Circle button. Circle button.
Under pressure, they got him again. The corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Play type, special. Option is set to clock management. Option is set to special team 13 plays. Pass. Special. Pass. Quick stick. Standard pass. Bench. Quick pass. Hail Mary.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. First to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Cousins gives way to Cook. A nice little juke. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
There are 6 categories.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Triangle button.
Now Fields.
Cross button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Cross button.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about it. He shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First down, here's the run with Cook. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
There are 6 categories.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. They run the counter with Cook. A beautiful fake. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads with first and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Cousins. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Run. Inside. AHB blunt dive. Zone weak.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 23 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so he knows confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Fields now to throw. And he fends him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Entering play call. Play. Run. Pass. Option is set. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass 50. Play. Pass. Paw boots. Paw wide drag wheel.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Fields.
Square button. Triangle button.
Open receiver. That's Caden Smith, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
Entering play call. Paw sprint HB flat. Paw boot slide. Paw wide drag wheel. Paw end around.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Bears at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And the key for them, as I see it, tightening things up on defense because the offense did its part. They played well, but defensively, way too many lapses and big plays allowed. That ultimately doomed them in their last ball game.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Entering play call. Draw. Play type. Option. Run. Draw. Error 7. AHB mid-draw.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Triangle button.
Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Over the middle to Smith. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Play action now, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on it, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On play action, Cousins. This ball complete to Thielen going across the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
6 categories.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Cousins again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now Sam Sloman is on. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Well, coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket, beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West.
Enter personnel. There are 8. Play type. There are 8. Inside AHD blunt dive.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Double slant. Twice kick.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Fields.
Cross button.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dalvin Tomlinson, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Twice kick. Quick slant. Play. Run. Inside zone weak.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Going up the gut, Montgomery. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Option is set to play action pass 58. Play action pass break, boot slide, expose cross.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
A
play fake, now Fields to throw. This one completes Alec Pierce. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here, maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
Entering play call, pass sprint gauge, boot slide, wide drag wheel.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One play action. Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Off play action. Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Player, there are David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, Justin Field, Kari Bussing, N.K.A.L. Harry, Kari Bussing Gami, N.K. Alec Pierce, Alec Corner stops.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Entering player, there are 8 formation, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are 8 categories. Personnel, there are 8 categories. There play type, special, RP, auction, run, pass. Auction is set to screen pass. Auction is set to play action pass. Play. Wide drag wheel.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Cross button.
Now it's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on direct play, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. He called that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 38, Cousins. And it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Now Cousins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
There are 6 categories.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. From 21 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. He's got it, and it's 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Return left is selected.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Fields.
Circle button. Circle button. R1 button.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. James Lynch in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, but
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Draw. Mid-draw.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Cross-cutting.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Play tight, run, pass. Option is set to play action pass. Option is set to shotgun pass 90. Option is set to standard pass 22. Option is set to quick pass Y stick.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
R1 button.
Back to throw. Fields. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment.
Entering instant call challenge play super sim is stats coaching. Pop medical center is selected. Entering and player name Sikamet. Player name Jay Brisker. Player name M. Edwards J.R. Player name J. O'Shaughnessy. Entering
Points
play call. Y stick. R1 button.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Entering Y-stick. Quick slant. Quick fade. Quick slants.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Triangle
Another
button.
try after the
Triangle
first down
button.
sack. Fields. And this throw incomplete.
Entering
And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Triangle
To throw
button.
is Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You call plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
There's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Here's Trenton
There are
Gill
8
now.
categories. You have 12 options. Count is selected.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up
Entering
on
play
1st
call.
and 10.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
They start the drive with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple.
Entering
2nd and 8 coming up.
Suggestions. There are 6
Well, any lane that might have been
categories.
open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins now. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air again, it's Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the lead will stay put at 17.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Chicago offense set to get started. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Triangle button.
Fields now to throw.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Entering play. Twice to quick slants. Play high. Run. Pass. Auction is set to Hail Mary free. Hail Mary. There are 6 goal post.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Triangle
Now
button.
Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Oh, he's going to go for it all.
Square button.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. Caught by Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. On that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They go play action. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll throw again. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Robert Quinn coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Hail Mary, there are 6 categories. Play type, personnel, there are 8 categories. Play type, special, RPO, run, pass. Option is set to quick pass 11 play, quick fade. Triangle button.
On 1st and 10,
Triangle
here's
button.
Fields. And he floats one there, incomplete.
So this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Double slant.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Triangle button.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. NFL options. And be selected.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And they'll be set up with great field position as this is going to be touchdown right at the 40-yard line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
First down, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing is Cousins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. Mac Jones, a tremendous game throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes. From there, we stay in the AFC East. We head to Buffalo to see what's happening with the Bills. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. T.Y. Hilton, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London, where it was the host Packers who were able to come away with that victory. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Final
Entering
adjustments being
Bumplenet,
made
run
in the
outside,
locker
throw it
rooms.
short,
We're just
throw
about
it
ready for the
medium.
second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon
Defend outside,
and Charles.
defend short pass, defend medium pass.
All right,
Entering
Coach, thank
play
you very
call,
much as we
special
welcome you
teams,
back for
six
quarter
options,
number
return
3.
left is selected.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Again, Fields. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the draw means it'll be 4th down. And this connection there, he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Run. AHB blunt dive.
Running for it, Montgomery. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Entering, Y-stick, quick slant, plate, run, option, red option.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Fields going to keep it once more. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Entering plate, red option, shovel option, plate height, RPO, run, pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to play action pass. Play pass, pocket slide, pa expose cross.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Cross button.
One play action. Fields.
R1 button.
This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Entering pick punt FD pass. Punt plan. There are 8 categories. For coach suggestions, recent plays, personnel, play type, run, pass. Auction is set to screen pass. Auction is set to play, pass print HD, potassium, pass print HD, pa flood, pa expose cross. Cross button.
They snap it to Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button.
He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop
play
here.
Call. Play run. Counter. AHD counter WK. Play type. Auction. Run. Auction is set to pitch free place. Auction is set to outside handoff. Auction is set to inside handoff 50. Inside. AHD blunt dive. Zone split WK.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. First and 10 inside the 30.
Cross button.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Entering play call. Play auction. Run. Pass. Auction is set to standard pass 22 plays. Auction is set to shotgun pass. Auction is set to play action pass 58. Play action. Pass print H. Poggle slip. Pa wide drag reel. Pa wide drag reel. Pa jeep curl.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Cross button.
Off play action. Fields.
Circle button. Square button.
Looking for the end zone.
Cross button.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Throw it medium. Player, error, formation, play type, error, personnel, error, play, run, pass, play, pass print, boot slide, wide drag reel. Cross button.
On fourth down, Fields.
Circle button, triangle button, square button. Cross button.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Andrew Booth puts it off. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
Well, I think everyone is watching. We're certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, aren't we? but it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. And we got an injury here. And I believe, yes, that's the wideout, Adam Thielen. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Cousins. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On play action, Cousins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Enter, run, option, run, draw. There are 7 AHB mid-draw. Triangle button.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. From the 45 on 2nd down. Fields. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Cross button.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Triangle button.
There's McLaurin. What a catch. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Entering play, sprint HB flat, boot slide, wide drag reel.
Play action. It's Fields.
Triangle button.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Fields going to get this to Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. To throw is Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Montgomery. And he will have the Bears' first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Entering play call. Play, run, cut, run. Option is set to QB run 1 play. Option is set to inside handoff 5th. Inside, AHB blunt dive.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left.
Entering play call, special teams, we have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
There are 6 categories.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Cook again. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Play call,
just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Play fake, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Action is set to play action pass, play pass, boot slide, wide drag wheel.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Fields.
R1 button. Square button.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Entering play, pass sprint, pass boot slip, pass wide drag wheel, pass end around, pass wide cross.
2nd and 2. Fields now to throw.
Circle button, triangle button, triangle button.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps
Entering
moving.
play, pass sprint HB flat, potassium. Pass sprint HB flat, pa X burst cross.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Triangle button.
Caught by Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Entering plan. There are 8 categories. Player. There are 8. Formation. There are 8. Play type. Run. Pass. Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to play wide drag, a convex wide, deep curl.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. They went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Player, formation, play type, error, run, pass. Play action, pass sprint, paw boot slide, paw wide drag wheel, paw deep curl. Cross button.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
Triangle button. Square button.
This is caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 31 yards. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Gun plan, coach suggestion, gun plan, player, formation, play type, run, pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass 5th. Option is set to standard pass 12. Option is quick, Y stick. Cross button.
Fields trying to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Play call, special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Vikings now heading on to the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Cousins throw complete there to Smith. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Cousins. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. I'm guessing you wouldn't have minded being a fly on the wall at halftime because they were struggling in that first half. Down double digits. Now they're right back in this thing. So whatever was said apparently worked.
And let's make sure, if we're going to be a fly on the wall, that we're high up on the wall, because I know I always talk about it being clinical at the half, you know, less emotion, more execution. But every now and then, this is an emotional game. Sure. Someone's got to come in and stir some things up. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a few benches got overturned and the halftime water ended up hitting the floor.
Well, whatever happened, it's working right now.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, you know, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
6 categories.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along, and hope someone would come free.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. On plan, there are 6 categories. Defend medium passes selected.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball,
and we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Cover 4 quarters. Cover 1 hole. On plan, there formation, there are 6 cap. Play type, there are blitz. Goal, special, man cut, zone coverage, cover, 2 invert guard flat, outside 3rd, outside 3rd.
1st down, here's Cousins. And it's complete. Oh no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Entering play clock, run. Inside hand, AHD block dive, zone weak.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 59 yards rushing for now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-body guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play type, run. Auction is set to QB round 1. Auction is set to inside handoff 50. Inside, AHB glove die, zone weak.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. All right, it was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
How I drag reel. LT.
Off play action, Fields.
Triangle button.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. On play action, Fields. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab that still well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Play action, pass sprint, boot slide, X post cross. Cross button.
4th down, Fields has to have this one.
R1 button. Triangle button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's got this to Jefferson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Entering play call, play type. There are 6 categories. There are 2 subcategories.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Coverage. There are 2 categories. You have 20 actions. Cover 1 hole is selected.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here now Sam Sloman in a big spot. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is indeed good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. To Montgomery to begin the drive.
Return button.
86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Inside handoff.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
Option, run. Inside, zone weak.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Entering, call, challenge, stats, coaching. Pop-up, medical center is selected. Entering, player name A, Pierce, player name J. Brisker. Position SS. Position WR. Injury type chest. Injury length TBD. Injury length out for game. Injury type quadriceps strain. Position DT. Player name M. Edwards Jr. Player name Sikamet. Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Resume is selected. Enter AHD blood 24 zone. Play type personnel error. Play type option run pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action. Play wide. Convex wide. Deep curl. Convex wided.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Montgomery. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Entering play, pa sprint H, pa boot slide, pa expose cross.
A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Play action. It's Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
They were looking for a big play in this comeback situation, and they call play action pass, and it backfires. If you're going to run that play this late in the game, you have to have a plan in mind to avoid the sack. Throw it away, scramble, do something, but don't go down in your own backfield.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Fields.
Triangle button. R1 button. Cross button.
There's McLaurin. What a catch. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Entering play call. Play, run, pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to standard pass 22. Option is set to quick pass 11. Quick pass. Y stick. Double slant. Y stick.
from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40.
R1 button.
Here's Fields.
R1 button. R1 button.
And he's got Pierce. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Entering play. Y stick. Quick slants. Y stick. R1 button.
On 1st and 10,
button.
here's Fields.
R1 button. Cross button. R1 button.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Entering play call. Y stick. Quick slants. Play. Run. Pass. Option is set to standard. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass. Play pass. Converts. Pa expose cross.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
A post league. Ponty curl. Triangle button.
To throw is Fields.
Triangle button. Cross button.
He finds
Button.
Pierce. It's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then. And now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
Entering play call. Sprinting. Passing. Run. Run. Counter. AHB counter. AHB misdirection. AHB misdirection. AHB misdirection. AHB misdirection.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead.
Cross button. Cross button.
Montgomery. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering play call. Play option. Run. Pass. Play action. Pass sprintage. Convert slide. Play type. Arrow. Run. Option. Run. Pass. Play pass sprintage. B flat.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Fields.
R1 button. Triangle
To the
button.
goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterback can run the ball. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight. You just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Fields now to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Lewis Seed brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first career. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Entering play call, coach, on plan, player, formation, play type, run, option, RPO, special, pass, play action, pass, sprint, boot slide, X post cross.
On fourth down, Fields. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So obviously that one really hurts not to be able to convert. But this one's not over yet, Charles. Look at the clock, and then also 2 timeouts still left for him.
And if I'm coaching the defense, I think I'm going all out. And what I mean by that is nothing but pressure packages going at them. I'm going to force them on offense to kind of gamble a little bit. Because I will leave openings, right? You can sting me, but how often will they want to do that? They're going to want to run the ball and bleed the clock. I'm going after them, hoping to make a big play.
And in a sense, 3 timeouts with that 2-minute warning looming.
A great note right there, because it was the 2 timeouts. They get a third one back. They still have a chance.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 75 yards on the ground for him so far.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Again, it's Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Entering play call, cover 2 zone. There are 3 categories. You have 21 options. Temperature is selected.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Entering play call, cover 2 zone. There are 3 categories. You have 21 options. Temperature is selected.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Cousins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Quick pass, error, Weisty, double slant. Triangle button.
All eyes on
Triangle
Fields.
button. Cross button. Triangle button.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating second and long.
Triangle button.
Here's
Square
Fields.
button. Triangle button.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late fourth quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Now Cousins. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
Entering play
the Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Back to throw. Fields.
Cross button.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. Fields this way up at the 17 and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins now. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy leagues? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Entering play call. Enter. Call timeout. Challenge play. Super sim. Stats. Coaching. Pop-up. Medical center is selected. Player name A. Player name J. Brisker. Position SS. Position WR. Player name A. Pierce. Injury type abdominal strain. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length out for game. Injury type quadricep strain. Position GT. Player name M. Edwards Jr. Player name C. Komet. Player name J. O'Shawn. Player name J. Allen. Vikings selected. Player name A. Thielen. Player name I. Smith Jr. Position T. Injury type ankle. Injury length TBD. Injury length out for game. Injury type strain tricep. You have entering franchise screen. You have 9 options. Resume is selected.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
Entering play
well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Cousins. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
3 categories. We have 21 options. Temperature is selected.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Entering play call, cover 2 zone. There are 3 categories. You have 21 options. Temperature is selected.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And his kick is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Play call, play, run, pass. Option is set to shotgun pass 9. Option is set to play action pass 5. Play, pass, Pagoots. Wide drag wheel. Convex wided.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now what can Fields do here in overtime? He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
A posted. Pagoo. A posted. Pagoot slide. End around sift. Passail. Across.
Off play action. Fields.
Triangle button.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But his linebacker's just having one of those days where everything he does is working. I think you got to get a running back in there to help block, double team, and do whatever. Because right now, he's having a ball. Multiple sacks in this one. That one, the quickest.
Entering play clock. 4 verticals. 4 verticals. 4 verticals.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields. That one finds Pierce right side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That, the definition of a do-or-die play, but they keep this overtime session going with a 1st down. Some big-time drama as the game continues. They had to have that 4th down conversion. They made it work.
And you and I have both seen play callers' play sheets, right? And a lot of them look like, menus at restaurants.
Entering play call.
They always have a special section for those plays when you absolutely have to have a 1st down, a touchdown, a big play. They went to that section right there and dialed that one up.
Action is set to screen pass 12. Action is set to play action pass 5. Play pass. Pagoot slide. Wide drag wheel.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Cross button.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Play action. It's Fields.
R1 button.
Montgomery, another target and catch. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Entering sprint, Pagoot slide, wide drag wheel, a convex wided.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Caught by Montgomery. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Entering clip, sprint H, Pagoot slide, expose cross.
On play action, Fields.
R1 button. R1 button.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
R1 button. R1 button.
Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Run. Counter. AHB counter WK. Play type. Option. Run. Option is set to pitch free plays. Option is set to counter for. Option is set to draw to place. Option is set to FD round 1. Option is set to QD round 1. Option is set to inside handoff 5th. In A zone weak. Cross button.
A give. This is Montgomery. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Double slant. Y stick. R1 button.
Back to throw. Fields.
R1 button.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Griffin. And this will not be enough. On 4th and 5, he only gets 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Entering play call. Go. On plan. Error. Player. Error. Right. Formation. Error. Play type. Error. Run. Pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass. Play pass. Pocket slide. Pa expose cross. Cross button.
They snap it to Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. Square button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
It's a pleasure to be next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year.
And they will be back home next week for a date with the Washington Commanders.